ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by 4th Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Good evening, Bahamas. I'm Amajal Knowles with your Sunday sports. Well, after the drama and build-up in several days of sailing, Long Island Regatta came to a close last night with its official closing ceremony to hand out the hardware to its champions. And for the A and B class, it was certainly not a stranger, as hometown boy Stephen Knowles would show his dominance once again, navigating the running tide and New Susan chased the victory.
You win some, you lose some. You gotta know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, know when to run.
Talk about both boats. First with the running tide.
The running tide has always been a fast boat. I've been racing on the running tide now for 24 years. The running tide has always been a fast boat. It's always competitive. If you want to win any regatta, you have to beat the running tide.
Susan Chase came out here, showed its domination.
In Georgetown, I was hoping to win in Exuma. I haven't won Exuma now for 3 years. I done won this 4 years in Long Island. I was very disappointed in Georgetown. We had a very competitive race the last day and we got beat. Hats off to the Lonesome Dove crew. But I told them when they come Long Island, they will be in a war's nest with the Susan Chase.
And in the C class, Azina would get her much long-awaited revenge on the Witty K, and her skipper says this regatta was one for the books.
Yeah, we started off in the BOB, so we keep winning races. We never could have win the regattas. And Exuma, we knocked twice close to the VDK, and they always said we can't beat them. And we beat them 1 or 2 races in the regatta, but they said we could never win the overall. But Long Island Regatta this year, we swept them.
You were sailed on 3 winning boats.
Yeah, I sailed on Running Tide, the New Chase, and the Xena. And this is one of my better years of sailing. I got, like I said earlier, 7 first, a second and third overall in regatta, so it was a very good regatta for me. And I would thank my captain, David, he shied, and my crew. They worked hard, and my brothers and all my nephews, a lot of nephews, you see tonight who are up there. So we got the young guys and now coming up with sailors, and they're not afraid.
More from the final day in tomorrow's Sportscast. Over in Exuma, the sailboats finally hit the water. Our Jonathan Benson is in Baratari, and he filed this report.
Wind at a premium for the ocean race, but it would be Queen getting out to an early lead and holding on to take the cannon.
Very little wind, and then we had pockets where there was no wind at all. So yeah, one of those days,
But it seemed like you got out the quickest and you held on with the lead.
Yeah, well, basically we strategically anchored on the outside, further away from the land, because the wind's coming out of the west over the land. So we figured the further out you are at sea, the more wind you're gonna get. So we strategically anchored out further, and we sailed the race as far away from shore as possible. All my boys, I feel a little bit one-sided right now, but for about 10 minutes, I just had to scull the boat to keep it moving, because we got in a pocket where there was absolutely no wind. What do? You scull.
I guess it was a very different race than yesterday with all the weather.
Oh yeah, yesterday we started with the same race, with the same sail, the wind was light, and within 2 minutes, it came up the gale for us, so we had too much sail and, unfortunate.
This one doesn't count towards the points. The next 2 do. You're already behind the points. What's the plan for those last 2 series races?
Well, look, the wind, according to the forecast, the wind ain't going to change much, okay? We have definitely the biggest sail out there, and Queen is the fastest boat in this harbor. So I expect to make up today for where I lost yesterday.
That momentum from the ocean race also carrying over to the second series race, as Queen made it 2 for 2 on the day. Queen now tied atop the standings with Warrior, 1 point ahead of Jack Wright, who rounds out the top 3. That means everything will come down to the third and final series race tomorrow. Jonathan Benson, ZNS Total Sports.
And the summer means it's time for the development of your skills, and that's what this basketball camp is all about. Basketball with a Smile is expected to provide young hoopers with an opportunity to grow, and Anatole Rogers head coach Harcourt McCoy tells us a bit more.
For the first time in a number of years, Basketball Smiles is coming to Anatole Rogers Gymnasium on the 17th to the 19th. Coach Sam Nichols and his group have been here for a number of years, putting on free basketball camps for students anywhere from 5 years old up to about 17. I was introduced to the group by Patty Johnson, who's been phenomenal in basketball development in girls and boys down at H.O. Nash. And they found a home here at Anatole Rogers, and they're looking forward to having as many kids as possible come out and continue the work that they're doing. It's completely free. They want the kids to come out and just learn the game, and this is a way that they're giving back to Bahamian kids in the community. They are going to give each kid a basketball t-shirt and a lot of expert fundamental work. Coaches that want to come out and be a part of it are open to also.
And that's been a look at sports on this Sunday. A quick check on weather is up next.
ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by 4th Terrace Diagnostic Center.